Hey Clashers, I was surprised about the amount of comments I have seen claiming that the new seasonal defenses are too strong, having too much impact on the attacks, and would just decrease the overall hit rate for the average Channel 17 player. While I did not agree whatsoever, I did not really interact with such comments too much because they would just claim, iTzu, you're a pro, you can work your way around it. So I thought, okay, let's just wait for the stats, for the facts of the first season with seasonal defenses in the Clan War League and see how they look like. Well, I did exactly that because this Clan War League season for July is over and it's the first one ever with the seasonal defenses in there. And let's take a look at the stats. We have the comparison between season of May, June, and July. No big surprise, not really that much has changed. But let's deep dive a little bit in those stats. Because as I said earlier, most people would have probably said, iTzu, you're a top player and they know how to counter those defenses. This is why I not just included the champion tier of the Clan War League, but as well Master and Crystal, because this is where typically most of the Town of 17 players are located. Overall, you see, things have not changed much. They stayed around the same. It became slightly easier, but that is not because of the season defenses being that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, they have some type of impact, but as well because we had the balance changes. The troops changes probably did not do too much because at the end of the day, Root Riders and Dragons are still at the top kinda. But I think what did have the most impact then was the wall nerf and as well the skiller shot nerf. But again, those did not have as much, so kind of balances things out. So you can see the season defenses have some type of impact, but it's not as drastic as a lot of people. As I said, I was surprised on how many people saying that the season defenses look way too strong, way too impactful, and yeah, I was confused about the amount of comments. If this would have been like one or two, okay, there's always such people out there, right? But so many comments really claiming that those season defenses would be too strong. So yeah, I was really surprised. I was confused. But again, before going to the comments and trying to argue, I would just wait for the stats. That's the easiest way, right? That's the easiest way to approach those topics, to just take a look at the facts and then see and figure things out if those claims were true or if not. And it seems like that those claims are not true whatsoever. The next thing as well is that the seasonal defenses have most of their power from the first levels, which means the offensive modules you're upgrading are typically having like 60 to 70 and sometimes even more % of their power already. So it's different from a normal new defense where you have to upgrade it a few couple of levels to really make it impactful. The season defenses are pretty much usable from the get-go. The only thing you have to upgrade are really the health upgrades in general to make sure that you cannot use one lightning or like one giant arrow to take it out, and that's then already it. The defenses overall, the hook tower I feel like needs to be the most considered when it comes down to the attacks itself. Otherwise, the crushing mortar is strong versus ground, but again, not that groundbreaking. Sorry, I know, a bad joke, but again, it's really good versus ground, and by really I mean it's another defense which can deal some damage, but most of the time doesn't have any impact. And then you have the flame spinner, like that has barely any impact, even though it's the most used, which is surprising. But still, overall, I would say defense design-wise, there were nice additions, which means they're not too powerful. They're another defense which can be enjoyed, but as I already said in many videos in the past, the temporary type of how they were introduced, I am still not the biggest fan. But the fear of those defenses being too strong, having too much impact on the overall attack, is not justified, is not really needed. Guys, you're completely fine. This won't like mess up the entire ecosystem when it comes down to the difficulty of the game. It has barely changed anything, to be honest, especially in combination with the balance changes. And that's kind of it. I'm looking forward to see if there's something which I did not consider with those stats, where you feel like maybe the stats are not really showing the full truth, or I did a mistake somewhere. Would love to know that. Otherwise, how do you feel about the state of the game? And that's a dangerous question to ask to the YouTube comments, because I see it already coming. Half the people saying, iTzu, no defense possible. The other are saying like, iTzu, the game is still way too hard. So I guess it is what it is. There will be always different opinions out there, which is fine. I hope you enjoy your day. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.